The number one tweeted side effect of prednisone is insomnia. This is a horrible side effect that I personally experienced, but I think we can have some fun with it. So I wanted to share the top 13 memes about insomnia and prednisone that people have shared in support groups. Because, as my grandma said, you either laugh about it or cry about it. So let's laugh about it today. The first one is sleep. What's that? Because prednisone is stealing melatonin, stealing your ability to make melatonin, have a normal circadian rhythm. Often people get insomnia and sleep. What's that? Next one is my day starts backwards. I wake up tired and go to bed wide awake. That is so common with prednisone. And that's because prednisone is mimicking our body's cortisol. And normally, cortisol peaks about an hour before you wake up. And it's part of what's stopping sleep and giving you the ability to wake up and energy to get out of bed. So it makes sense that you wake up tired because you're not getting this cortisol release because you're replacing that cortisol in the form of prednisone. Another reason why we take prednisone first thing in the morning, right? Then you go to bed wide awake because prednisone is like making you feel kind of wired and tired. All right. Welcome to the zombie apocalypse. Steroids be like, sleeping is dumb. And you wonder, okay, I'm taking the steroid because I have some disease, but it's making me not sleep. Isn't sleep one of the most important things you can possibly do to deal with disease? That doesn't seem like it's helping. Okay, this video is going to release on daylight savings time. So in honor of daylight savings time, especially spring daylight savings time, here you go. I can't wait to set the clocks back and get an extra hour of not being able to sleep. Okay, it's just painful. Prednisone is making us not able to sleep with poorer sleep quality, and you're more likely to wake up middle of the night, like really worried about things with like higher fight or flight hormones coursing through your veins. And don't you just love daylight savings time? How you're more likely to have a heart attack that Monday after daylight savings time in the spring than any other day of the year because of how much it's deregulating your hormones for sleep and waking and stress and heart health. Number 4, my life has become an endless cycle between I can't sleep and I can't stay awake. This is another possible complication of prednisone therapy is that you might legitimately be having these issues sleeping. But then if you're tapering too fast and you go through prednisone withdrawal, it can cause dramatic fatigue. And so you can't stay awake. So is it the fact that you were on the prednisone or that you're going off the prednisone? It's really tricky. And that's why tapering is such an art. Listening to your body when you're suddenly feeling like I can't stay awake, that could be you're tapering too fast and you need to go back to a higher dose where you actually have energy again. If only prednisone was a cat. It's 2 a.m. Can I get some sleep, please? Did you know that having a cat reduces stress and helps you sleep? Yeah, prednisone doesn't do that. It doesn't really reduce stress, doesn't help you sleep. This is definitely how I felt on prednisone. Me, 4 hours after I should have gone to bed. Time to solve the JonBenet Ramsey case. And like your brain is pressured, just going a million miles an hour. Like your brain could run a marathon if it had legs, right? Like it's so busy with so many things to worry and think about. And whatever you saw on social media before you went to bed is just like, that's what prednisone does to your brain. It's horrible. That's what it did to me. Okay, I love Minions. It says, I want to sleep, but my brain won't stop talking to itself. Anxiety and insomnia. Thank you, prednisone. Yeah, that anxiety is a mixture of the fight or flight hormones being out of whack and that prednisone is changing your mood. It goes to your brain and actually changes your emotional well-being. Some people get so out of whack and lose so much sleep, and this whole perfect storm develops that something called steroid-induced psychosis can happen, where there's no sleep and then you're feeling literally crazy. But it's not you, it's the drug. And the anxiety, it's not you, it's the drug, but it's It's happening and it feels horrible. I have some really great videos about that if you want to learn more about how to deal with it. Okay, number 8, my daily schedule. 8 a.m., too tired to think. Noon, too tired to think. 5 p.m., too tired to think. Midnight. How do dragons blow out candles? And you have to solve all the problems. Number 9, do you know that awesome feeling when you get into bed, fall right asleep, stay asleep all night, and wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day? Yeah, me neither. Number 10, I'm so tired, but I'll probably be awake until 3 a.m. for no reason. Thank you, Prednisone. I love this one. Legend says when you can't sleep, it's because you are awake in someone else's dreams. When I find out who you are, I'm going to punch you right in your face. Who are you? Who is in my dream? Percy Jackson shows up in his dream in someone else's reality. He's showing up. Yeah. All right. More minions. Me. Let me sleep. Brain. Oh, LOL. No. Let's stay awake and remember every stupid decision we made in life. And number 13. We heard you couldn't sleep, and there are all the sheep waiting to be counted in a creepy way. And finally, number 14. Brain. Instead of going to bed now, let's stay up another 5 hours doing nothing productive. Me. Why? Brain. You gotta. And I'd like to add, because you're on prednisone. So if you're suffering on prednisone, I have some really good tips for what you can do to minimize that insomnia. And so just watch this next movie, and it's got my 9 best tips for how to counteract insomnia caused by prednisone. Signing off is Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.